Hey guys, so this is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, please go down to my channel and it will be down there below. So let's get back into it. So Adesanya really got in my head, and he was just like, basically, if, he didn't make it official or you guys are officially dating, how do you know how serious this guy is with you? And stuff like that. And it kind of really did get in my head, and I started talking to John about it, and he was like, oh, well, I'm just like, we're just feeling it out, we're just having fun right now type thing. And so I was really regretting like cutting ties off. So I ended up, when he said that, I ended up feeling like, oh, maybe I shouldn't like just cut ties with everyone that I'm like talking to. And so I think I ended up texting Roger, and we ended up fucking that night or whatever. And then Adesanya asked me out on a date again. Like, he kept asking me out on a date over and over and over. He's like, I want you to go on a date with me. And he invited me to a movie, and I went. And we had a great time. Like, it was really nice. It was a scary movie. I forget what it was. I think it was Inception. The one where the guy goes into the dream state or something like that. Like, he's sleeping. It was the second one where his kid was in it, and he had to go back into that thing to go get it. It was like a scary movie. I forget what it's called. I think it's Inception, but I can't remember. So we watched that. That was out. And we watched that in the movies. And it was a scary movie. I'm not really good with scary movies. So I'm like, oh, I don't really want to watch that because I'm scared. He's like, oh, you can always just hide behind me if you want to. So pretty much that was the whole movie. Like, I was hiding behind him. I was like, oh my God. Like, And after that, he walked me to the bus stop. We got, like, I think a burger from Wendy's or something like that. And we started walking and talking and hanging out and shit like that. And then he kissed me. And when he kissed me, nothing wrong with Adesanya, nothing wrong with, him as a person or anything like that. I just didn't get that spark. I didn't get that feeling that I got when I kissed John. Like, John, when he kissed me, even though it was so corny and I knew it was coming or whatever, I didn't get that spark. I didn't get that feeling like what I had with John when Adesanya kissed me. Adesanya was just like pressure on my lips. Like, I didn't even, I tried to get into it, but it wasn't anything. And after that, I really was like, no, I want John. I really want John. And so I went to John the next day. I think this was, it was the 30th of October. Yeah. So I went to him the next day, and he came, and we went to this, we went to an area where I live. It's like a little woods area. And it was, they were decorating for Halloween, things like that or whatever. And I went, and he kind of made it official. Like, I told him, I was just like, I feel like I forced him into it. But I mean, I do that. I'm very forceful. But I told him, I was like, oh, so are you still like feeling us out? Like, what are we like? I was forcing him into this conversation. And he was like, oh, I'm feeling you out. You're my girl or whatever. And I was like, are you like, what are you saying? And I'm like, and I said, dude, Adesanya keeps asking me out on a date. And if we were official, I could tell him, hey, I have a boyfriend. I can't go on a date with you. And he was like, you're right, you know. And I'm like, do you want to be official or not? And he was like, yeah, let's make it official. Like, I don't want you to see other people. I don't want to see other people. Let's make it official. And so our official dating anniversary is October 30th, 2013. Yes, 7 years ago. And it was great. I felt so giddy and so happy. Like, I remember just like running into his arms and being like, yay, we're official. And I know he's probably gonna be like, dude, like, I didn't want to do it, but she like forced me into it. But whatever. You know, it's good to, if you know what you want, it's good to be adamant about it and be persistent and kind of be a little forceful, because if you're like timid and going around or whatever, sometimes you won't get exactly what you want. And I have no regrets doing that. Honestly, I have no regrets in the things that I've done, because it led me to him. And you know, I just think, like, if I never went to the hospital or attempted suicide multiple times, and my parents feared that I was going to commit suicide if I went away to college, I would have never went to my college that I did. And if I never had that feeling or that issue with Brian, I probably would have never went and joined a club, and I would have never met my husband, you know? So, like, in those moments, honestly, you don't think about them. You think that, like, shit, like, this is going wrong or that's going wrong. But when I look back at it as a whole, it's so much like pieces going together. And, like, I don't regret anything, because now I have a wonderful husband and I have a wonderful child with my husband, and I'm married and happy and in love, you know? And if I never did any of those things, or I never did those things, any one little thing that changed in my past could have changed my future. And you have to just look at it like that. And I know it's hard to look at it when you're in that moment, but honestly, and I hate to quote this, but I love this quote so much. And I don't know if you guys watch Jersey Shore or whatever, but Mike the Situation, he says something, and it's really like, it's so true. And he says the comeback is always greater than the setback. And that is honestly the truth. Because look at where all of my things led to beforehand. And look at where it ended me up. And it made me find my husband. It made me get a child out of it. And look at all those things. Like, I wanted to be a teen mom. I was searching for love. I was depressed. I was, you know, attempting suicide. Those things. If any of those things didn't happen, I probably wouldn't be here today. So you guys got to look at it like that. And if that's something that you take out of this story, is that the comeback is always greater than the setback. That's really just to sum it up. And I don't know if he said it first or whatever, but I heard it from him, and so that's why I'm quoting him. But I hope you guys like this video. And the story does not end there, because our relationship gets very rocky. And, you know, it's all due to me personally and my issues. But I'm going to say everything on here. So I hope you guys like this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell button down below. And we'll chat. So, peace.